welcome to Swing Trading and Coffee, mellow vibes and great swing trading. In this video, I give you my technical analysis of the markets and a review of both my winning and losing trades. I got a long list of awesome stocks sitting up right now, and I'm going to share my personal swing trading plan with you on the charts. Today in the spotlight, we have Micron, Tesla, Opendoor, LULU, TSM, AMD, NVDA, SMCI, and Okta. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on here, lots of educational material, swing trade setups, and at the end, we're going to take a quick look at what's happening in crypto. Markets today not doing too bad. We closed above yesterday's candle, had a nice wick here, showing that we are getting buyers coming in to hold up the price. Now, if you look here at the anchored volume profile, we have this high volume area here acting as a point of control, and you can see here it acted as resistance for this red candle going up. And then it acted as support here and support here. We just broke above it, so we're doing good. As long as we didn't come up like this and fail and drop down, I think things are looking good. But we do have to be a little bit cautious. We are trying to get back up into this area where we previously failed. But I have a feeling that if once we have the whole government shutdown issues resolved and we move past the data that we're getting this week on housing and jobs, I think the market will move after there. Unless we get some really bad data, but we will see what's going on with that. On to Micron. This is a very hot stock right now. We had a big move to the upside. Let's measure that, see how big this move was. This was about 43%. We got above this. We formed a support here, temporary support, and we tried to break out, came back down, and then went to retest it again. So this level held twice, which is great. We had this green candle today pushing up. So I did take a long on this, a small starter position to set up in case we break this resistance up here. Now, once we break out, my strategy is to add into the position when it's going my way. And my fib target up here is around 189. Let me show you how I got that target so you're not just wondering here. But before I get into that, I just want to remind you guys that there is a gap right here. This made me hesitate here to take the long on the second push up. But since we've held twice here, I'm not too concerned about the gap, but it is still a possibility that we could come down and back up, in which case I will have my stops right here. So in case we come down to fill and then back up, it's not an issue. I don't get stopped out. Now, as for the upside, how we calculated that, going to go to the Fibonacci extension. The move started at the bottom here to the top, and then we're going to pull it to where the support, where the bottom was right here. You'll see this, the 0.618, this is your highest, usually the highest probability level to tag is at 189. And then after that is the 198. So these are my targets to scale out of as I get closer to them. I just want to bring up what Micron is doing in the headlines. High bandwidth memory demand is sold out for 2025, and 2026 is filling up fast, driving a tight memory market. This is from Reuters. Results and sentiment. They beat the quarter with strong HBM mix. Analysts lifted price targets into the 195 to 250 range. So there's a lot of demand on the memory chips. Q4 revenue, a couple days ago, I think it came out, up 46% to 11.32 billion, and a full year revenue at 37 billion. Supplying NVIDIA, and there's rising DRAM and NAND prices. So they're doing pretty well. And as the hype with the chips and the semis all start to break out, we should see this move with them. And I'm going to get into semis because they might be moving soon. Tesla, real quick. A lot of chatter about this. Very hot stock. It's trending everywhere. I did a full video on this like 2 days ago, so I'm not going to go too much in depth. Up here, we had a previous resistance point. We have managed to clear it and hold above. So we wicked above at the end. So this is good. This means we are working our way to form structure up here. If you want to see that video on Tesla, I'm going to link it right up here for you, upper right hand corner. Next up, we got Opendoor. Opendoor, I do have a position in this. I lightened up a little bit because I wanted to move into some other positions. Lots of stuff setting up right now if the market holds. We got a trend line up here, and then we have a gap in this section here. This here was a fake out. I almost took this trade, but I waited and it wicked back down, so I decided to hold. Now, we have this volume area here, which acted as support. We broke right through it. We came back, partially filled the gap. And then after we filled the gap, we bounced off of the 21 EMA. And we held above it for 2 sessions here. So this was, for me, my entry and my add. It started to pull back today. I think it's still in play. We just need to clear this 892 area. And then after that, targets would be 1225 and 1370. These are fib levels, just like we did with Micron. Quick look at bull. Webull. We have like a sort of like a, almost like a, I wouldn't say double bottom, but it's like trending upwards here, if you can see that. And once we clear this volume area here, this point of control, we started moving up, and then we had these 2x form back to back. This for me is very bullish. It means we definitely have formed support here, and it's going to take a lot to come down and break it. Now, I got to ask myself on this trade, where am I wrong? And that's where I have this invalidation line here. If we come back down, break this zone and down into here, that is telling me that the breakout has failed. But so far, it looks good. And I think this has lots of upside because our next resistance point is at $18. So up to $18, that's about 20%. And if we manage to clear this, we could go higher. However, someone in chat did point out something to me that they have an unlocking of shares, I think on October 8th. So that is something to watch out for. And thank you for putting that in chat. I appreciate it. Next up, LULU. This one, probably my favorite right now because we've come down so much. And let me switch to the weekly so you can see this. Lots of lines, lots of levels on this chart. So back here in 2020, we came down and bounced really hard up to $400. That's exactly where we are right now. And what I want to see on this is it form a high above this one. So we are stair-stepping here. You see we're having lower highs and lower lows. This is its chance to get up and reverse and break this long-term downtrend. If this reverses, this is going to run. It should run quite a bit because you have resistances quite a bit of distance up to $330. Not saying it's going to happen for sure, but once we've had this long journey up and back down to rock bottom, I don't see why it should go down unless we have some black swan event. So yeah, LULU looking good. I am holding on to that. We'll see what happens. We also have these EMAs, which can act as a little bit of resistance, but once we clear them, these are usually easier than the 50 EMA comes up after that. We do have a area of resistance right here, as you can see that. So we just got to watch out how this plays out, and I'm going to decide what I want to do on it, see when I'm going to scale out, depending on how much momentum we get. Next up, semis real quick, and I want to show you first TSM. I have a reason for that. Switch back to the daily. Most of the semi charts are very much the same. You had this big move to the upside, and then we started flagging here, and then we broke out of it. Really textbook continuation pattern on TSM. So next comes up AMD. AMD is the same thing, but it spent more time consolidating here. And if you zoom in real close, maybe even we'll go down to the 4-hour, hope you see it a little bit more. You got this area here. This is your point of control where it's struggling to get above this whole zone right here. And once it took 2 shots at it here, we'll see what happens later in this week. I think once we get the news releases out of the way on jobs and government shutdown, all that, this should it should follow in the steps of TSM. NVIDIA is a little bit closer to breaking out than AMD. However, I find AMD to be a little bit more of a better play because we have consolidated way more than we did with NVIDIA. So the rebound may be bigger than what NVIDIA gets. So NVIDIA here, if you look at it, it has all these resistance zones up here and it's trying to get through it. So to show you where the bull flag was, this is the bull flag right here. Actually, maybe a little bit down here. Yeah, see, so we actually broke the bull flag, and this is technically a breakout, but we're struggling at this 185 zone. So if tomorrow or in the next couple of days it breaks through, or it decides to just gap above it, which can happen a lot when you have a tough resistance like that, it could run up quite a bit. I don't plan on grabbing an NVIDIA because I'm already in AMD, and it should move in sympathy with NVIDIA when it happens. See if it happens or not. And I also got to ask myself, where am I wrong? This question you got to ask yourself on every trade. For me, it would be this here double bottom. See this here? We are in a channel, but we did form a double bottom within it. So if it comes down and tries to break through this, this is my stop. And as for upside, I'm going to take it from the bottom to the top, the bottom here. So first target would be 210, followed by 227. I'm going to mark this off here. So once we get near it, I'll know about it. Next up, NVIDIA, we covered that. SMCI. This had a ascending trend line right here, and it did bounce above it, and it broke this area here, which was resistance. So doing good. Let me switch back to the daily. Bounced off it, and we are above the EMAs here. And these EMAs, in case you're wondering, I use the 30, the 21, and the 50. These are the ones that I personally prefer for swing trading, but there are many ways to analyze charts and do trading. So now that we're above this EMA, all 3 of these EMAs, and we've bounced above here, this looks like a pretty high probability trade to me. It could always fail. Nothing is guaranteed, but we do have this big gap up here, and let me show you. Got this massive gap right here that needs to be filled. So this is going to act as a magnet pulling it up. So we'll see how that does. You could get it shoot up here, and then maybe it'll reject off of this resistance. Let's see how much that gives us. That gives us about decent 17% move. Pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on this one. All right. We're almost done with the stocks and about to move into crypto. Just Okta. This one is pretty interesting. I took a starter position on this. It is looking to break out. You see here, it's been in a sideways channel for quite a bit, and it has tried multiple times and failed. The only thing that's different this time is that we have actually, see here we failed at the 50. This is the 50 EMA, this purple line, and now we've actually crossed above it. So this is the first sign to me that this is trying to break out. If tomorrow this breaks above the 90, let's say 95, 94, 95 level, I'll consider adding into it and catching the remainder of this move, scaling out as I go up. All right. Total market cap chart up, and just a quick headline. Swift and top global banks working on blockchain-based overhaul. I think this is pretty interesting. It's not news, but here's the part that's really cool is that the Swift network and more than 30 global banks announced on Monday that they were working at pace on making cross-border payments instantaneous. I think that this will benefit XRP. It will benefit Chainlink. And I do pretty much like Chainlink because of how small its market cap is. It's a underappreciated crypto. But enough of that. Let's get into this total crypto market cap chart. We have dipped outside of the channel and came back up. So we did do this here previously and we held. So it's just happening again. And if history repeats, as we have been here for several months in this channel, our next target is up here. Oh, now let's look at Bitcoin. I did a quick video on this a couple days back. I did get stopped out of my IBIT. I took a long off of in this area here. When it's coming up, I'm like, this is trying to break out, and then it pulled back. And we have this, if you draw a diagonal line here, you'll see all these points. And once it broke through it, that was the end of that move. However, good news here is that this orange line, this is the critical trend line going up. And I said in my video is if this breaks, it could get very ugly. However, it did come down, take out some people's stops and bounce back up. It's been happening in Bitcoin very frequently. But now that we have this solid double bottom, we have respected the trend line. It looks bullish from here. Again, waiting on news, just like stocks. Looking at Ethereum. Ethereum also, we could take this trend line and put it here. We have respected this resistance level and we're coming up, so it's not too much different than the Bitcoin chart. However, from here to the top, it's about 17% to get up to the highs, whereas Bitcoin was only like 9%. So I am in some ETH calls, so that's like the ETF and then the options off of that. I also hold regular crypto, but those are locked away for long term. Next up, we got Chainlink. Chainlink, this is the best chart as well out of all the stock, all of the crypto coins. So this looks like a cup and handle formation. Staring right at me, can't miss it. And it looks like here we are forming the handle. If this goes up, it's going to be awesome for Chainlink. It's a big if. Now, where would this take us? It would take us to the height of this, the saucer here. That would take us to $44. If this pattern plays out, it should take us to 44. Now, how do you know that it is actually playing out? You'll know that is once it crosses the top here of the cup and handle, $27. All right. This is our all-time high market cap, calculated because I had to recalculate it because there was a lot of dilution of the Chainlink tokens or unlocks. So this is technically our all-time high market cap. So this should take us, this move, if it works out, should take us above that all-time high. Next up, let's take a look at Solana. It got critically low here and bounced back. That seems to be the theme with all the coins today. And let's take a look at ADA, not getting very much love, this one. Similar to what Chainlink was doing, but it didn't even make it up to the top. So I'm not sure how this would be. I don't think this would be the top of the cup, but let's watch it, see what happens. Thanks guys for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. If you have any suggestions, any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Take care guys. Peace and love.